Hello, my name is Oeun. In today's video, I'm going to teach you number 2, a relative adverb. Introductory word within adjective clauses. Number 1 is relative pronoun. My question is, how many relative pronouns are used in adjective clauses? Number 1 is who, whom, which, that, and who plus noun for position. Today you are going to learn relative adverbs. So look at the board with me. Adjective clauses or relative clauses. Number 2, relative adverbs. Or letter A is where. Where is used for a place. In relative pronoun, who function as a subject and object for people. Whom function as the object for people. Which function as a subject and object for thing. That function as a subject and object for both people and thing. And who plus noun for position. So it means that number 1, each relative pronoun has its function. How about this? According to some book, it is called relative adverb. Other book called relative pronoun, but I prefer relative adverb here. Because when you talk about relative pronoun, it has function, but for relative adverb here, no function at all. Where is used for a place, but it has no function, subject or object. Look at the example. First, you have to learn defining relative clauses. So where is used in defining relative clauses. Example. Dary has never returned to the city. She was born in the city. These two sentences are called simple sentences. So these two simple sentences are combined into one complex sentence. Then we can write the city and the city. So one city is the object of preposition. That's why we can write like this. Dary has never returned to the city which she was born in. So which here is object of preposition in. We can underline the adjective clause like this. From which to in is the adjective clause. It modifies the city. We can write one more adjective clause because it is defining relative clause. This clause has no comma. That's why that can also be used in this sentence. Dary has never returned to the city that she was born in. So in is still preposition. So that here is object of preposition in. From that to in is adjective clause. Modify the city, same thing. When you see relative pronoun like which or that function as the object in defining relative clause, or either object of preposition or object of verb, the relative pronoun can be left out. So we can make one more sentence. Dary has never returned to the city she was born in. So no relative pronoun here because relative pronoun function as the object. Also, we can write one more. When a preposition comes at the end of a clause like this, you have to place it in front of the relative pronoun. So you remember that when preposition come before a relative pronoun for people, only whom is you. For thing, only which is you. So we can write another adjective clause. Dary has never returned to the city in which she was born. So adjective clause in which she was born here. So can I write in that? No, because that cannot be used as object of preposition in such a position. Right. We can write four ways: which, that, without which or that, and preposition in front of relative pronoun like this. But based on our title is that where for a place, and we know that where has no function as an object or subject. That's why in order to write where in adjective clause, we have to think of relative pronoun as the object of preposition. So remember this one. That's why you can see the example, the city. City is the noun and it refers to a place, then we can use where. In which here mean where, so we can write another sentence. It is where she was born. So the whole sentence is that Dary has never returned to the city where she was born. So where she was born here is adjective clause. Modify the city. You know, actually you adjective clause only like this. From the two simple sentences, like this we can write this adjective clause. The thing is that I really want you guys to know that the root of where is from relative pronoun function as a object or preposition, and we can write in four ways like this, and then where from in which, at which, on which. The question is of defined sentences in this defining relative clauses. Which one is the most formal? If you do not think of where like this, in which here is more formal. You remember one of adjective clause about object or preposition, we can write two ways. One is a preposition come at the end of each clause. It is informal. When preposition is placed in front of a relative pronoun, it is formal. But when you think of where is a place like this, through my opinion, I think that where is more formal than in which, because if you don't say that where is more formal than in which, when can we use where? Because where it can be used in the. So again, in order to use where for a place in our adjective clause, where here is called relative adverb. First, you have to think of relative pronoun as an object of preposition. If relative pronoun is not object of preposition, it means that nowhere in that clause, nowhere at all, because where come from in which, where come from at which, and come from on which. Does it make sense, everyone? Adjective clauses, relative clauses, relative adverbs, or some book relative pronouns as well. Where for a place, but where for a place here it used in non-defining relative clauses. First Citibank was robbed last week. I have a checking account in First Citibank. So First Citibank and First Citibank. So the second sentence, First Citibank, is object of preposition. So we can write First Citibank, which in fact which can be placed in here, but in relative pronoun we have to use like this, and next to the proper noun First Citibank. That's why the relative clause use comma. Which I have a checking account in was robbed last week. So adjective clause from which to account in. Modify noun First Citibank, which here is object of preposition in. Can I place that in the positions? No, because it is clause with comma. That's why that is not used at all. Can I omit this relative pronoun? No, you cannot omit it as well. In non-defined relative clauses, any relative pronoun is not omitted. And we can write one more, is that when you see a relative pronoun as object of preposition and preposition at the end are equal, then you have to place a preposition before relative pronoun like this. So First Citibank, in which I have a checking account, was robbed last week. So in which, from in which to account is adjective clause. Modified First Citibank. Previous video I say that in order to use where, you have to think of in which, at which, or on which. It depends on the verb. So in order to use where in adjective clauses, you have to think of a relative pronoun as an object of preposition first. If you do not think of that, you cannot use where at all, because you know that where has no function, not object or subject. So you cannot use where with verb with object at all. So only verb without object, so mean verb preposition you can use where. Then you can write like this. First Citibank, so in which here is replaced by where. So we can write First Citibank, where I have a checking account, was robbed last week. So where to account here is adjective clause. Modify First Citibank. Okay, again, In order to use where, first you have to think of relative pronoun as the object of preposition. If you do not think of relative pronoun as object of preposition, you sometimes find it difficult to understand that. Or if you understand not this one, no need to write these two sentences. You can write like this by analyzing like the first city bank was robbed last week. I have a checking account in the so first city bank and first city bank same thing. So if you really want to analyze it, you analyze like this. In first city bank we use where. So when you put where in here as a relative adverb, no more in the city bank. That's why, yeah, the first city bank comma where I have a checking account was robbed last week. So by doing so, it means that you understand adjective clause clearly. But what I'm doing here, I am explaining the the easier one to the one who find it difficult to understand adjective clause when we use where a relative adverb. Well, after seeing this one, so my question is, what is the difference between where is used in defining relative clauses and where is used in the non-defining relative clauses? If you use only where directly, no need to use any relative pronoun. It's not difficult to understand at all. Where in defining relative clauses and where in non-defining relative clauses. Where in non-defining relative clauses, we can write first with which, and then with that, and after that with without which or that, in which, yes. So 4 sentences before we start to write where. But in non-defining relative clauses, we can write the first with which, preposition at each clause, and preposition before relative pronoun which. No that, no free, mean that relative pronoun is omitted. No, not at all. We can write only 2 sentences and then we start to write adjective clause with where. Adjective clauses or relative clauses. Number 2, relative adverb, or some book call relative pronoun too. But that is okay because to me personally speaking, the where has no function as a subject or object like that. That's why a relative adverb is more appropriate for me. Wherefore a place in both defining and non-defining relative clauses. DRC defining relative clauses and DRC non-defining relative clauses. Example here. That is the hotel we stay in it yesterday. That is the hotel. So hotel in it is same thing, but it here is object of preposition. That's why we have to combine these 2 simple sentences into one complex sentence. In order to write it, no need to use it as a relative pronoun like which after this, and then we can write which after which is that, because it is defining relative clauses. No need to use which or that, but the preposition come at the end of each clause at all. No need to do that. But this one we had to write where directly. Okay, look at that is the hotel where. So in which here, in order to no need to use which, that, or free as the symbol indicate that a relative pronoun is omitted. No need. We have to use that is the hotel where we stay yesterday. So it is adjective clause. You know where is a relative adverb where from. It actually it's easy to understand is that when you use where in adjective clause like this, you have to omit in it. In it here actually it is prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase refer to place like this. We use relative adverb or relative pronoun where like this. So no need to use which, no need to use that, no need to use free as the symbol indicate that relative pronoun is deleted at all. No need. We use where directly. So you can see it a very short sentence. We have an adjective clause like this. Number 2, the Saudi Arabian city of Mecca is the holiest city in Islam. One more is Mohammed was born in Mecca. So Mecca and Mecca, this one we can use as adjective clause. Adjective clause here we use or relative adverb where, but you can write the adjective clause like this. The Saudi Arabian city of Mecca. Mecca is a proper noun, that's why we have to use comma. Where Mohammed was born is the holiest city in Islam. So from where? Adjective clause. Where is from prepositional phrase omitted. So we don't need to use which, that, or no need to use which or that or preposition in front of relative pronoun at all. So when you see a proper noun like Mecca and Mecca like this, it's the same thing. We only omit in Mecca by using where, replacing in Mecca. That's it. So it is adjective clauses. Again, when you use where for a place in defining or non-defining relative clauses like this, no need to use any relative pronoun, which, that, or something like that in our defining relative clause at all. No need to use that. It actually we go straight to where as a relative adverb in our adjective clause. No need to explain more than that, because my explanation already from the beginning to the where position like this. If you want to use in which or something like that, but it's very long explanation, so no need to go there. We have to use like this. It's very short. Your explanation is that when you use an adjective clause like this, you only omit in it like this, and then you can use where replaces in it. That's it. In non-defining relative clauses too, when you can see proper noun like this, and then you only use comma. Comma refer to non-defining relative clauses, and then it only extra information which is not really important, just extra information only. And you can see you have to delete the prepositional phrase in a simple sentence like this by using where in this position. That's it. It is an adjective clause. Some book call adverbial relative clauses, this one, but this we can call it adjective clause too. Well, after my explanation here, can you tell me the difference between where in defining relative clauses and where in non-defining relative clauses? According to our example here, no different at all in terms of how to use where and in defining and where in non-defining. The different only one is a clause with comma and the other clause without comma. When clause without comma like this, it really essential to the meaning of the sentence. And when clause with comma like this, it only gives the extra information. The information is not really important to the meaning of the sentence. Well, one more thing, in order to use where like this, we know that when where a relative adverb used in adjective clauses, where come from prepositional phrase. In a simple sentence, from preposition plus noun or noun phrase. Yeah. And in adjective clause, it comes from preposition plus relative pronoun for thing only preposition plus which. It can be at which, on which, or in which. And then when we use where like this, no need to use which or something like that. The use where in our adjective clause, as we know that where can be used for both defining and non-defining relative clauses. Does it make sense, everyone? If you do not understand any point about where as a relative adverb used in defining and non-defining relative clauses, please write your question. I'll try my best to answer all of your questions. This comes to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching my video, and don't forget to watch it every day. See you later. Bye bye.